Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Maya and welcome to today's video. If you couldn't tell by the title, I'm going to be showing you guys a few books that are really easy to read that can launch your reading journey. So here are my books today. I have 5 book recommendations to really launch your reading journey if you're in a reading slump or if you're just struggling to read books or you're just starting off. Okay, so first I'm going to start with some romance recommendations. So if you want to read some more young adult romance, I would recommend this book. This is Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Solomon. This sticker is so annoying, but this book is really good. It's Enemies to Lovers. It's young adult, so there's like no spice or anything. It's very fast paced. You get straight to the point. This book is really easy to read. I think I read it in like a few days when I first started off reading. This was actually one of the first books I've ever read, or not ever read, like one of the first books I read on my own book. So yeah, so if you want something like higher grade, this is The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I actually love this book. This is my first read of 2023. I read it in a day. I really enjoyed this book because there's like no miscommunication. This book is fake dating. Is this enemies to lovers? It's kind of enemies to lovers, but it's more fake dating, I would say. Yeah, so this book is very quick paced. You meet the male love interest, like I think in the first 20 pages. So yeah, this is probably like one of my favorite romance books right now. And I'm really excited to read the next in the series. But I would recommend these 2 books if you're trying to start out in romance. Okay, the next genre I'm gonna show you guys some recommendations about is fantasy. So I have 2 books to show y'all, and these are both young adult books. I feel like when you're starting with fantasy, you should start with young adult books because if you're kind of reading like fantasy that's not young adult, there might be like some parts that are like kind of hard to like understand. There might be like a lot of world building, which I hate. So the first one I have is Inheritance Games. This book was so good. I gave it a 5 stars. This book is it's kind of fantasy. I feel like it's fantasy, but I feel like it's also thriller. So I guess it kind of can go in both sections. But it's very fast paced. The chapters are like 4 pages. So I love short chapters. I hate long chapters. There's a little subplot of romance and there's lots of plot twists. This is the first book in a series of 3 books. Or is it 4? I think it's 3 books and then they're making a 4th one. And at first I wasn't sure I was gonna like it because it gets a lot of hype. So I was like, okay, it's probably one of those overhyped books, like it ends with us. But it was actually really good and I'm super glad I read it, and I will be reading the next 2 or 3 books. So the next recommendation I have for fantasy, hear me out, is Shatter Me. I know a lot of people like this book and a lot of people hate it. This book was mid. The first book was mid, but it is a series of, I think, 6 books. The books get better. Like the 3rd book is my favorite book. I'm on the 4th book right now. So this book was good. It was interesting. It was quick paced. It wasn't as like suspenseful as I wanted it to be, but later on the books get more suspenseful and more like dramatic. This book is so easy to read. This is also young adult. It's so easy to read. I actually did do a reading vlog on this, so if you want to go check that out, go watch it. So yeah, I love this book so much. Or I love the series. Not so much this book, but I love the series. Yo, I forgot a book. Cool. Okay, and the last genre I want to talk about is thriller / mystery / suspense. So here are the 3 books I have to show you guys. The first book I want to talk about is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I love this book. This is like my first non-young adult thriller book. It was really fast paced, like you get straight to the point. The plot twist at the end, bro, if you read this book, you know it's like, what? It was really good plot twist. The font is super small, so if you're not a fan of that, I would still suggest reading it, but just beware before you buy it. The plot twist made sense. It wasn't like so like far-fetched. I actually have another book that he wrote. It's called The Maidens. I'm really excited to read that book. Okay, the next 2 books I have for y'all is actually part of a series. So it's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then it's Good Girl, Bad Blood. And there's actually a 3rd book. What is it? I forget what the 3rd book's called. A Good Girl, Guide to Murder. I think I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. This is a young adult thriller, mystery, suspense book. This girl's basically just solving a murder that was closed a few years ago because she feels that it was corrupt. So she's just kind of like, you know, trying to solve the case with her friend. And I really enjoyed this book because, as you can see, it has like kind of graphics about what she's doing. Like it has pictures like this one, it shows like the messages, which I thought was really cool. This book is super interactive. Like it kind of felt like I was solving the murder with her. The plot twist at the end is crazy. It was unexpected, but it wasn't too far-fetched where it's like that doesn't even interfere with the plot. And then I read the 2nd book, which was Good Girl, Bad Blood. I did enjoy the first book more, but this book was also really good. It ties in with the first book, so you kind of have to read the first one to read the second one to read the third one. I do feel like this book was less interactive though. Like this one definitely has more graphics to kind of follow along with. So this one kind of felt more like a book than an actual murder case. But this series like together is really, really good. I do want to get the third book. It's just not out in paperback until February, I think. And I don't want to get hardcover because that's so unsatisfying to me. But yeah, but look how cute this is. They all kind of like match up. But that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully this helps you guys find some book recommendations that are easy to read to get you out of a reading slump or to kind of set you off in your reading journey. Hopefully this video was helpful. My Goodreads is in the description box alongside my book talk and my bookstagram. I'm way more active on there. And that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.